I'm doing this in hope of getting canceled. I want to just expand my career. So if there's anything I can say here that would get me canceled, I want it all recorded. I want it on TMZ tomorrow. And please, let's make me, I want 6 sold out shows every week. Oh, that guy, yeah. So if there's anything you can do to make the people hate me, I'd appreciate it. You know what it is? It's like, okay, this material's done, and now I got to start something else, right? So this in particular, coming up on the 2-year anniversary of the pandemic, it actually feels great to get the pandemic material out there, and now we're going to see what the next chapter is, which looks like World War III, which of course will be hilarious. Well, you know, the thing about the pandemic was the first time in 25 years my life was quiet, right? I was home and not working. So getting back to work is like a giant exhale, like, we're back, let's do this. And it's almost like a reset. And people are ready to laugh. People, you know, I talk about it in the set, a lot of anger, a lot of fear, confusion, and people are ready to like, yeah, can we laugh about this for a minute and just keep going? It's very real for a lot of people, especially the people who lost somebody, right? For them, it's very real. And the anger has to be dissipated. Whether it be anti-vax versus vax, or like say red versus blue, or you know, price of gas has gone up and people are mad. Like there's 100 things people are mad at, and this is where comics, we step in and we're like, listen, we're all stupid. We're all gonna laugh at this.
But there used to be a time when we had 2 groups of people. You have people who know shit and people who don't know shit. And back in the day, the people who didn't know shit respected the people who knew shit. And you would be in a situation, it might be work or social situation, and the people who know shit would be talking about, well, I know some shit. Yeah, I know some shit too. Let's talk about shit we know. I know shit. And the people who don't know shit would kind of hang in the back. And they'd be quiet, and you'd be like, well, why ain't you talking? I don't know shit.
And here's the thing about the cancel culture, right? You know where you don't see the cancel culture? In the audience, right? It's a bunch of highbrow people talking about don't say this, don't say that. But as you can see from this show and any other show, when people come to a comedy show, they're there to laugh. They're not there if you say something that, you know, we're all gonna storm out or whatever. So people still have a sense of humor. Comedy still works. It cuts through a lot of bullshit. What's always been true, and it still is, the audience, to me, they're like dogs. Like, you know how a dog can sense where you're coming from? So the audience knows. If you make a joke about men and women or something, the audience knows if you're being misogynistic. If you make a joke about races or travel or something, they know if you're being racist or whatever, homophobic. The audience picks up on the energy of the comic, and they know if it's a joke or not. There's always going to be someone offended, but the difference is, and we talk about this all the time, look, I'm not a senator, right? I'm not a congressperson. See, when they do or say something horrible, and then they say, oh, I was just joking. No, you make laws, right? So when you're a racist or a misogynist or whatever, that makes a difference in people's lives, right? If a comic is racist, well, you may not like him, but he's not setting the agenda for the Supreme Court, you know? And it's like, listen, I'm much more interested in the Supreme Court taking away voting rights in Alabama than Joe Rogan, all right? Let's keep this in perspective. This is what I'm talking about. In perspective, like, the whole country's talking about Joe Rogan, and they're eliminating the right to vote. So that's not his fault, that's on us.
Black Lives Matter. What does that mean? We picked the 3 simplest words we could find. Really don't know how to break it down any more than that. I'll tell you what it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean white lives don't matter. Doesn't have anything to do with white lives. It has to do with the fact that cops are killing black people and we're looking for justice for these murders, right? Listen, thank you. Right? If I say save the whales, I ain't saying fuck the dolphins. I'm just saying the cops killing a lot of whales. We'd like you to look into this.
It's not going anywhere. I've said this. I have tattoos of the jester, right? Because the jester was the only guy who could make fun of the king, but it had to be funny or else they chop off his head. And I like that. I'm like, yeah, that's how it should be. We can make fun of anybody, but don't forget to make it funny, or else you'll be a politician, which no one likes.